Temperatures right now running at least 20 degrees above normal for both this time of year and this time of day. But all warm things do come to an end, especially this time of year. Good evening, I'm meteorologist Erin Ashley, and we're going to see some winter-like temperatures as soon as Monday morning. So just over 2 days from now, just over 48 hours, these temperatures are going to swing right back to where they should be, at least a little bit closer. Instead of it being warmer than average, it's actually going to be much colder than average after these storms that arrive late Sunday. So we're going to be much colder to ring in the new year, especially compared to what we're tracking right now, which, yeah, 63 here in Cincinnati for 7/16 on a Friday. Not bad at all. Still tracking the 50s in spots, but mild nevertheless in Middletown, Lebanon, Batesville, and Connorsville right now in the upper 50s. You can thank not only the clouds, but also some winds coming in from the west, which are still gusting up to about 20 miles per hour. Where we do have northwesterly winds coming on in, though, that's why temperatures are going to start to drop a little bit overnight. Despite these clouds sticking around, we're still seeing temperatures dropping into the mid to low 40s overnight into your weekend, which we'll get to that weekend forecast in a second. I do want to give you guys the heads up. If you are getting on a plane anytime soon, and if you're heading out towards New York City, that's where we have the risk of some heavy impact to some holiday travel. The white you see there over New York City, much of New Jersey, northeastern Pennsylvania, that's snow, as well as the pink there, that's ice. Here locally, not really seeing too much of an impact to holiday travel. Just the gloomy conditions, a slight breeze, and some spitting rain showers have been the name of the game today. But over the next few days, what you're going to notice, more mild temperatures, dry time. You're going to see some dry time on Saturday after a little bit of fog in the morning. And then Sunday, storms, gusty winds come right back to the tri-state. I'm tracking plenty of dry time in that day too. That's just gonna be our next chance late in the evening, especially a first alert weather day. And now we've expanded this first alert weather day. So the window is starting Sunday afternoon as those thunderstorms start to approach the tri-state, but it also lasts all the way through Monday now too. And that's because we're getting cold and we're staying nice and windy. So it's gonna start like this. Thunderstorms, then we're going to remain nice, gusty, very breezy, and then we're going to get very cold. So what you need to know about this, getting ahead of the storm here, secure your outdoor decorations, any inflatables especially, and get ready to bundle up. We've been lucky to escape the heavy winter coats, at least for Christmas. New Year's, you're going to need something a little bit heavier, with highs next week in the 20s as well as the 30s. Let's see if we have any questions coming on in. Of course, we are live everywhere you stream Fox 19 on Facebook, as well as our Roku apps, our 24/7 weather channel, and on fox19.com. Seth is tuning in. Hi, Erin. How was your Christmas? My Christmas was wonderful, Seth. Thanks for tuning in. JD's tuning in. How are you doing today? And what's the weather for Canton tomorrow morning? Still seeing a couple of those light rain showers up that direction. It's going to be a bit colder up there as well, with northwesterly winds kicking on in. See those temperatures in the 30s, JD. Thank you for tuning in as well. Let's get right back into that forecast. Again, the weekend is not all around bad. We just have a little bit of a stormy end to it. So your weekend forecast here, tomorrow, foggy in the morning, mostly cloudy in the afternoon. It's going to be very similar to how today looked, just a bit cooler because we do have that cold front carrying through the tri-state right now. Temps in the upper 50s, so still very mild for this time of year, right? And Sunday, showers and storms. Don't be fooled by that icon, though. We have plenty of dry time in that forecast, right in the middle of the day. Most of the afternoon hours are going to be drier than not. It's just that we have showers and storms, some showers in the morning as the warm air lifts, but mainly later on in the evening. And yes, we have this unusual, but not exactly rare risk for some severe weather. It's a small risk, the smallest you can have actually of marginal, so on a scale of 1 to 5 that's a 1, but it's still a risk. So I want to give you guys the heads up that some gusty winds could very well prompt some severe thunderstorm warnings. And even for this time of year, all it takes is one strong wind gust to cause some power outages, which is not what you want, especially with much colder temperatures to ring in the new year. Hopefully we'll get through this Sunday evening round of showers and storms without a hitch. But I'm showing you guys the zoomed out look here because we're kind of on the outskirts, the eastern edge of the risk here. I mean, we're not the farthest east, but we're at least on the eastern side. And what that tells me is that while we are in the risk. We're on the eastern side. These storms are going to be weakening from west to east. We'll let you know if that changes. Of course, timing here is everything, and we'll update that here right now. So let's get you through your weekend, which again, most of your Saturday, if not the entire day, going to be dry. A little fog in the morning, just comes with the territory with how mild and humid it is outside. And temperatures are going to be in the upper 50s in the afternoon. Now Sunday, here's the light rain that I'm seeing in the morning. Light, emphasis on the word light. I'm not tracking thunderstorms with what you see here. It's just going to be a little bit on the nuisance side of things because most of your daytime hours, your daylight hours, are going to be more dry than not. Rain is going to be lifting north of the tri-state. We're going to sit in this pocket of warm air. It's going to feel like early spring rather than early winter. Highs again in the mid 60s until we see that line of showers and thunderstorms, which again, going to be arriving after the sun sets on Sunday. Weakening, these storms will be weakening from west to east, but still packing a punch. Of course, with any thunderstorms, you have heavy rain, you have lightning, and then gusty winds. And yeah, something strong with that, maybe even severe. But those west of Cincinnati will see those showers creeping in closer to midnight. Those east of Cincinnati a little bit later, just by a couple of hours. And notice as we see cold air flooding into the tri-state with this cold front, rain will turn to snow. That's a big issue because of course, Monday morning commute, not only do we see a little quick drop of snow, but also it's going to be cold, freezing in fact. Could see a hard freeze. Watching the bridges, the overpasses, especially those two things, but also if we have enough time for the puddles to freeze, we're watching out for very slick conditions on Monday. And that's why we're issuing that first alert weather day. And then what you don't see here Monday afternoon, despite it being a lot calmer by default, it's going to be windy, very windy in fact. I do want to give you guys the first alert about your New Year's forecast because I'm seeing a new trend in the data and I just want to get you guys up to speed with that because while we're seeing some sunny time between the round of rain Monday morning and New Year's Day, it's going to be cold. Temperatures just barely hovering above freezing for New Year's Eve. But look at this. We've always had flurries in the forecast for New Year's Day, or at least we have for the last couple of days. But the new data that I'm seeing, it's going to be colder than what we've been forecasting, and therefore any snow we do see will not struggle to stick. So the new trend I'm watching here, guys, Thursday, New Year's Day, watching out for some accumulating snow, especially north of Cincinnati, up towards Columbus, up towards Dayton. So if New Year's Day, New Year's festivities take you north of the tri-state, watch out for some accumulating snow. Here in the tri-state, it's less of a chance that you see it, but of course it's a new trend that we're going to be keeping an eye on. These scattered snow showers through your Thursday morning. Again, this is New Year's Day that we're talking about here. And yeah, it's a trend. We've seen this back off a little bit, but it also has pulsed up a little bit. So just keep an eye on this forecast if you're traveling up to Columbus for New Year's Eve, Dayton, even farther north, if you're heading up to Toledo, Michigan, that's where we have an even better chance of accumulating snow. We're going to get a little bit closer to the day before we start nailing down totals and anything. Again, it's just a trend to keep an eye on. Snow showers for your New Year's Day. Let's see if we have any questions coming on in. No new questions, so let's keep rolling through this forecast, which, yeah, it's gonna be getting a little bit on the breezy side as we head into those first alert weather days, which, let's talk about it. We noticed the winds gusting today up to about 30, 35 miles an hour, and that's because we had a weak cold front coming through the tri-state. That's why tomorrow's just a hair cooler. But heading into your Sunday, you're going to notice those winds kicking up as soon as the afternoon. 20, 25 mile per hour wind gusts from the southwest. That's why we're able to see highs in the middle 60s. But as we work into your evening, instead of those winds dying down naturally, they start to kick up a little bit as that front approaches. Look at this. Winds could be gusting up to close to 50 miles an hour as the front passes. And why we've issued the first alert weather day all the way through Monday too, even though we're tracking thunderstorms early Monday morning, the rest of the day does look mostly dry. It's still going to be super windy. Look at these winds still howling up to 45, close to 50 miles an hour. That's an isolated chance, but it's still there. And not to mention, it's cold. So any wind especially strong ones, are going to make it feel even colder. Give you an idea of what to prepare for. Here are your feels like temperatures. I'm going to show you what Sunday looks like just for fun. 8 o'clock Sunday afternoon. Feels like temps in the middle 60s. It's going to feel like spring before those showers and storms come through. And here's what we're waking up to. 12 hours later, single-digit wind chills. Very different story falling asleep Sunday versus waking up on Monday. So weather whiplash there, not much relief at all in the afternoon. Single-digit wind chills continue through Monday afternoon, which is why that first alert weather day will also continue as well. That brings us into your 7-day forecast, which we do have a couple more days of these mild temperatures. I mean, you got tonight, you have Saturday, you have Sunday as well. It's just coming to a stormy end pretty quickly after the sun sets on Sunday. It's going to be stormy. It's going to be windy. I mean, thankfully, most of the action is going to be when most of us will be asleep. However, we're still holding on to very breezy conditions Monday, all the way through the afternoon. And so with that, we can't rule out single-digit wind chills and also just a bitter cold day, regardless of the wind chill. Highs are going to be in the upper 20s. I mean, look, 64 Sunday afternoon, 29 Monday afternoon. It's a pretty strong line of thunderstorms coming on through, and we definitely see that in the temperatures. Now Tuesday, that morning is going to be the coldest morning out of your 7-day, and that's because we're able to see the skies open up a little bit. Cold sunshine for the afternoon. Highs just barely getting close to the freezing point. And here's your New Year's Eve forecast. 37, mostly cloudy. One of the more mild days as we approach New Year's Day, but we do see and notice those snow showers coming into the mix early Thursday morning, New Year's Day morning. It's a trend to watch, especially if you're traveling for New Year's. Snow showers could affect travel, and then we're going to hang on to those 30-degree highs near 40 for the first weekend of 2026. I can't believe we're almost there. Less than a week until 2026. JD's saying Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you as well, JD. No other questions coming on in. So, I mean, pretty okay forecast for the next 24 to 48 hours. It's just that those showers and storms there for Sunday are going to be pulling in big changes in that forecast. We're talking well over a 30-degree drop in those temperatures. I mean, look, 64 to 29. Yeah, and windy. It's single digits for the wind chills on Monday. So one more time, looking at that 7-day forecast. 58 tomorrow, 64 Sunday, Monday, windy, cold. Not going to be a great day to be outside at all, but at least we're not seeing much falling from the sky. It's just going to be bitterly cold. Maybe a shock to the system. Reminder that normal for this time of year, upper 30s, around 40 degrees. So we do go from well above normal to well below normal in a matter of 12 hours. Tuesday, 31, cold sunshine, the coldest morning of the week as well. Wednesday into Thursday, 25 into 2026. We got a little bit of snow in that forecast as well. Looks like it's going to impact more of your New Year's Day than anything. All right, that brings us to the end of this live stream. I'm meteorologist Erin Ashley signing off here in Queensgate. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll have the latest information coming in tonight on Fox 19 at 10 o'clock.